Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Bulletproof for BJJ podcast. Holiday BJJ. Is it time for an off-season or is it time to start the pre-season? That's right. You've had a long year of jiu-jitsu. How was that year for you? We like to unpack what it was that made your jiu-jitsu great, or did you miss out a little bit and can you do something about it? Second, your gym's closed, but you're still trying to get something done. What is the best way for you to approach your training during this time? You're out in the wilds. You're camping. You're nowhere near a gym. You can't even do jiu-jitsu. What can you do that's going to keep your body fresh and your mind sharp for when you come back to the mats? Last but not least, what is the approach you can take if all you can do is go to open mats? How you can navigate it and make the most of it this holiday season. Let's get into the episode. Now, if you're loving the show, please like, subscribe, and follow. And definitely share it with a friend. We know the best way to share podcasts is by word of mouth. So get the good work out there and tell people all about it. We appreciate it. Merry Christmas, holiday season. Holiday BJJ. Is it off-season or is it time for pre-season? How are we going to know this? So it's that time of year. Some gyms are closed. Some gyms are just running just open mat bonanzas. And often with jiu-jitsu, people don't get an off-season, right? It's one of those things that we're always training for something. There's a comp coming up. It's like, and we've talked about that being a bit of an issue. But now when it comes to the holiday time, if you do have the good fortune to be able to not be at work for every single day, there is an opportunity to either do less and kind of recover more, or maybe take the opportunity to do a little bit more of something else to get prepared for the next thing. And so I wanted to talk about this idea of an off-season / versus pre-season. So holidays is different for everybody, but I want to take this time to reflect on the year that was, Joe.
Oh, wow.
And I have done very little jiu-jitsu this year. Shamefacedly.
I'm very proud of you for admitting that on the show.
It's hard to admit. It's tough because I'm like the guy watching the UFC, like yelling at the TV, like, no, don't do that. I would have. Whenever I'm watching jiu-jitsu, I'm like,
Kron, pull close guard.
no. But the thing is, because I'm watching all my friends doing some incredibly high level jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, I wouldn't have done that. That mistake. How could you make that mistake? Having like trained very, very little all year. But in my mind, I'm at peak jiu-jitsu.
Right on.
In my mind.
Yeah.
But the truth will brutally come to bear like a sledgehammer on a grate when I go back and train with tough black belts who've been training. For me, this holidays will be a pre-season. It will be readying myself to try and do some more jiu-jitsu in the new year. I need to do a little bit more this holiday period because otherwise it's going to be a disaster come, February next year. I'll be wrecked.
But what, are you saying that you're like out of shape for it?
Yeah, I would say that.
Right. So what are you going to do in your preseason?
Well, let's go into this. Let's get into this idea. So,
like you're deadlifting like 300 kilos or whatever.
No, I'm not.
I think you're in shape.
No. My strength is good, but I would say my general endurance is not. I'll be a monster for at least one roll.
Yeah.
And then I would just be fucking helpless. No, I have been doing very little of anything. I'll just stall. That's my usual game.
Yeah.
Just get grips and stall. But no, that's not what I want. I've made a resolution to move more in the jiu-jitsu. I want to be a good mover. I don't want to rest on the strengths. It's good to have it, but I want to cultivate more movement because that's the jiu-jitsu I admire. More like a Mika Galvan or like a Dante Leon, like a really good mover. When I see...
I love that he's watching all the little guys.
Big strong dudes stall, I'm like, stop stalling. You stole my shit.
There's some good big guy movers though, isn't there? Some decent ones.
Some, but it's not the
general.
It's not the rule for the team.
Yeah.
But look, when you reflect on the year that was for jiu-jitsu, you think to yourself, did I do plenty? Did I train? Did I compete? what kind of a year was it for you? And maybe use that to go, this holidays, could I do a little bit? If you got plenty, maybe you need some rest. Maybe this is actually a really good opportunity for you to go, you know what? I shouldn't be doing so much stuff. I got to let the injuries heal. I got to move the body around. I got to do some fun shit. Have an off season. Maybe that is the right conclusion. Or conversely, if you haven't trained that much, maybe it's time. This could be a great reason to kind of get back into the flow of things. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Right on.
So for me, it would just be getting some rolls in. I need to roll. I got to do more, just jiu-jitsu specific conditioning. That's what I need more than anything. But how about you,
So you're
Joe?
getting some rolls in preparation for doing some rolls.
More rolls.
Right on.
Like harder rolls.
Yeah, okay.
Like I need to go and roll some blue belts.
You're just going back, right?
Before I go roll Josh Saunders, I need to at least hold it down against some blue belts. You know what I mean? Like it is my intention that sometime in the new year I will go do some training at Sydney West.
Right.
There needs to be at least a month of me doing some rolls before I throw myself to that fire.
Yeah.
Because that could just be disastrous.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how I'm thinking about it.
Fair enough, yeah.
And so how about you, Joe? Do you look at the holiday times? Is that the off season, or how do you think about holiday BJJ for yourself?
Look, I don't put too much pressure on it either way. I will.
How well balanced of you, Joe?
Yeah, like I'll go, like we'll spend a bit of time at the farm. I'll be down at my parents' place. When I'm down at my parents' place on the South Coast, there's a few gyms nearby, as we know, Garage and Cine Gym on it. I'll probably go and drop in at one of those. Mm-hmm. But usually, like, I always have this thing in my mind. It's like, we're going to be chilling. I'm going to go train like a few days kind of thing. I usually get in there once within like a 4-day period because there's just so much going on.
Yeah, of course.
You got the family, you're going to the beach and all that shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll go do that. And then probably won't do any jits like when we're away at the farm and stuff. And then, unless it's with my 4-year-old son. And then...
She's just foot sweeping him. He's like, Dad, let me up. Nope.
I'm working something, son. Relax. And loosen up.
Drillers are killers. Stop holding on so tight.
But then, yeah, I think in the new year, like I'll probably try and get back over to Balmain and do a bit there.
Cool.
But for me, it's been pretty. Like I went back in last week, which was sick. Got one session. I plan to go in tomorrow and on Thursday. Nice. So yeah, I'll try and get back to my 2 a week.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is my nice moderate kind of output.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, at least a couple times a month, someone who listens to the show will say to myself or JT, hey, have you guys got any more of those Bulletproof t-shirts? I didn't get any on the last round. Well, guess what? T-shirts are available right now. And in the month of December, you can get the limited edition Some Days Pour Harder shirt. Think about this. Right now is your opportunity to not be that guy that in February or March is like, hey, Joey, JT, man, you guys doing more shirts? The shirts are available right now. All you got to do is click the link in the bio or the description of this thing, or go to fanwear.com.au, search for the Bulletproof profile, and you'll see the t-shirts in there. If you get more than one, you get 10% off. Some Days Pour Harder, available December only. Get on it. Merry Christmas. Hey, today's episode is brought to you by the Bulletproof for BJJ app. Now, this would be a cool idea, right? It's like the Christmas holidays and shit. You got some time with family. You're hanging out. You're not in your usual routine. You might be spending a few nights staying at, a cousin's house or at your parents' place, whatever. Imagine if you could just like tune in to some like short, sharp workouts. Maybe something that was like mobility focused for jiu-jitsu. You could spend like 12, 15, 16 minutes, knock out a little routine and then get back to the family breakfast. Or maybe it was like a 30 to 40 minute kettlebell workout. Something that only needed like one single kettlebell that you had in the car, didn't require a full gym, but you could get a sick workout in, and you could know that by the time you roll back to jiu-jitsu in the new year, your body's fit, strong, and you're feeling good. Well, I tell you what, this is exactly what you'll find on our app, and you can access it right now. You can take a 14-day free trial, and after that point, if you decide that you didn't like the subscription, we'll give you a full money-back guarantee. So jump in, go to the App Store, search Bulletproof for BJJ, jump into the app, start training today, and you'll see JT and us in the community group over the Christmas break, and we'll be helping you get the most out of the app. See you on the inside.
Yes, well, I wanted to unpack this holiday period because for some folks, they go away. So they might be away from their gym, away from their normal jiu-jitsu school, and they're like, what do I do? Like, I want to do something. So I wanted to frame it in that context, that the holidays may be different for folks.
Yep.
But oftentimes we can just write off the period and be, oh, it's Christmas, everything's busy. But in truth, like, once you've done the Christmas jaunt, the family stuff, like, there can be a lull, like, depending on what business you're in. If you're in retail, you're probably getting slams. Good luck to you. But yeah, for many people, because there is more room there, I have found most people who stay active through the holidays, it's a more seamless transition into the new year.
Yeah.
There's not like the breaking of the momentum, then overcoming the inertia, and it's February. We lost a month. So I think that there is a benefit in keeping something going, whatever it looks like. So whether you are someone who is looking for an off season because the body needs time and recovery, and that's good, or you're someone who's like, nah, I gotta get something going these holidays, I think there can be a few approaches. So the first one I wanted to talk about is, what if you have no gym, no gym access, and you also have no BJJ access? You're out on the farm, you're middle of nowhere, you're up in the Appalachian Mountains, fucking snowing and shit. I don't know. You just have to fight it out with an alpaca. What can you do when you don't have any stuff around? For me, the thing that I will always consistently do is just stretch. I'm going to stretch every day because no other option, whether you're out in the wild or you're just in a different city or you are camping, whatever it might be, that's something you can do that doesn't actually require anything. And all you need is some space. If you've got a roll mat and you've got a sleeping bag, you got a gym. Like you can at least stretch. You don't necessarily. Now, we have talked about, say, maybe taking a pair of rings, because that's something that can be slung over a tree branch or whatever.
Yep.
But if you're more of the mind of the off season, that doesn't mean do nothing. I believe just taking 15, 20 minutes a day, every day, to stretch, you will get crazy gains by not having jiu-jitsu or weightlifting or anything else to
stiffen you up.
Yeah, interfere with that. You
Yeah.
make huge gains.
Yeah.
That's something I like if I've got no access to anything.
Yeah, I like that. I probably, I think I usually go for like a bit of a hybrid kind of like body weight strength.
Oh, yeah.
And like MOB session.
Yeah.
You know?
Move the body.
Yeah, just try and get it all in a bit of one. It's usually 20 to 30 minutes. I was actually thinking I might write some workouts for myself this holiday period, and I'll share it on our community page.
Oh, nice.
And so people can follow along if they want.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I had thought it would be cool to just do to release like some mini workouts, like a holiday program for folks.
Yeah.
So maybe this can be a bit of a beta test of that.
Catalyst fits in. I remember when I came to the movement camp at the island back in the days when we were doing locomotion stuff. I got sore from that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, when you're doing the slow-mo, like, lizard crawl shit on the, like, tennis court or whatever bro, and we're up and back.
You up, huh?
Bro, it was surprising because I'm, for those who the uninitiated, you would be surprised at when you slow a movement down and you do it with, precision, and you're trying to achieve something in control. Just by slowing something down, the time under tension cooks you.
Yeah.
It just cooks you. Because often I feel that if people are out of context, they can't access their gym or their home gym or jiu-jitsu, they're like, well, what can I do? And I'm someone who's reasonably familiar with all the variations of bodyweight activities. When I went to the JB's camp and we were doing this movement work, it was hard. And it wasn't that we're out there for hours and hours. It was just that we spent a lot of time bearing our weight on our hands and our feet. And it was just, you're working the whole time. You're not just standing still.
And it's very, it's quite cognitively challenging.
You got to think about how you're doing it.
Yeah, which I think is the real hidden, like that's the
tax.
It fucks you up. You're like, why is this fucking me up so bad?
Why can't I move my arm like that and do this thing? And,
Yeah.
But it was simple. That's the thing that I really liked about it. It was, so if you're someone who is actually trying to get some and you're in the middle of nowhere, I believe a pair of rings is pretty much all you need. Like you're talking about doing the body weight strength thing. I think if you've got, because most places you go, there'll be some kind of horizontal thing, whether it's a branch, a pole, a post of some sort. Having some rings that you can hang, whether you're doing some ring rows, some push-ups on the rings, some dips, some pulls, you put that in with push-ups, tuck-ups, whatever, you can put together a nice little circuit there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to come at it like a conditioning workout, you can be like bang, 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 and minimize your rest and really get a high heart rate. Or you can take your time a bit more and do a bit more like muscle pump action.
That's right.
Yeah, like we and the same thing at the movement camp when we were doing like a mixture of like the ring strength and then like the Cali muscle, like
the prison yard bicep curls.
Yeah. And then
I got that great photo of you. Someone's resisting yours, and
well, I think it was with Tiora, and Tiora's had the vascularity of bro,
like penis skin all over his body,
bro. For those who don't know,
penis skin's really thin.
Apparently, depending on who you are. But no, it was so interesting because we were doing like a mixture of ring pull-ups and then like holds, like pauses, trying to pull up into the
shoulder stand,
shit like that, which is pretty hard to do. Hard in the core, hard in the arms, and then we finished with this like mixture of like. Bicep curl resisting with a partner, pushing down so they're getting their triceps going, and you just go back and forth, and it's surprisingly effective as a workout. Yeah, and you have like bugger all equipment.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, yeah, a bit of that shit's great. You know what I often go for when I'm on a break too is like if I can find a little hill, do some hill sprints.
Oh yeah,
you know, because it's just like all right, the hill's usually not that big. You're like, okay, I can run up it. And you're like, all right, I can run up it 5 times. All right, I'll do it 10 times.
Yeah.
And then you're like, shit, now I've committed to it.
Yeah.
You know, and it always fucks you up.
It does.
But it's done within like 15 minutes. Yeah. And you really feel like you did something good for yourself.
Yes. You know? Yeah. It is definitely a high yield activity for the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is where we can probably move to the next scenario, which is, let's say, for example, you don't have access to your normal BJJ Academy, but the gym's open. Maybe you belong to a 24/7 gym. Maybe it's closed on Christmas Day. Maybe you should just chill on that day, whatever you like. But you have access to some equipment. If you're going more the off-season path, I believe it is good to get in and do a light workout. That's right, people. I said it. Do a workout which is actually more of a skill practice than it is pump or weight or anything. It has been shown, and I was actually surprised by this, that even if you're lifting a weight which is only 30 or 40% of your maximum, you will actually get stronger by greasing the groove, by practicing. Like this was specific for squatting and overhead pressing, and they were looking at Olympic lifters. And so they had Olympic lifters not doing Olympic lifts, and they just got them to squat and overhead press at maximum 40% of their normal load.
Right.
And the following week they were stronger.
They were pushing the volume of the sets?
No. They were working at I believe the rep range was somewhere between 6 and 10 repetitions.
Right.
Which might be high for an Olympic lifter because usually do a bit less. But it's just that it was light.
Yeah.
And for me, it's so hard to accept that lifting light weights would make you stronger.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that they practiced the skill. So if you're someone who's like, right, I'm a bit banged up, I don't think doing nothing is the way. If you do have access to either weights at home or you are going to go into the gym and move around, do a light session. Some days pour harder. What can I tell you? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this bad boy.
available only in the month of December. Shit.
That's it. You better get around that.
I'd go on a limb and just say, like, if you do have a bit of time during the holidays and you're going to be moving around a little bit, just go in and just train if you can go hard, because you might not then train for a few days.
Potentially,
You know, depending on what your schedule's like. But if it's like, I got friends coming in to visit, we got this and that lunch, and it's like, well, okay, if you get a shot, make it a session.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. It's that time of year, my friends. It's the holiday season. Whether it's blistering cold and you're smashing eggnog, or it's ultra hot and you're cooking a barbecue, you are going to get dehydrated. You know what you need? You need Sodi, which is the perfect mixture of sodium, potassium, and magnesium. It's going to help cure all your hangovers and keep you powering strong to unwrap all those Christmas gifts. Now, go to Sodi, SODII.com.au and use the code Bulletproof15 to get yourself a sweet 15% off. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. It's that time of year where you might have some time up your sleeve, but your academy is closed and you can't necessarily do jiu-jitsu in the physical. But you know where you can do it? In the mental. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Subeta. Subeta.io is the most comprehensive online platform for you to expand your jiu-jitsu. It doesn't matter if you've just started your jiu-jitsu journey or you've been in the game for 10 years, there's something in there for you to get better. It is structured in such a way that you are going to remember the lessons, which is key. So this holidays, go to submeta.io and use the code Bulletproof16 to get $16 off, and you can start your learning these holidays. I guess I was looking at it more like treat the session like it was a recovery session.
Yeah,
like,
right. So you're not putting a lot of pressure on yourself to perform. Or...
No, the fact you're going there, you're warming up, you're moving around. It's not, the good outcome is not performance. The good outcome is just the doing.
Ticking the box.
Just the action. And that actually the skill practice.
Yeah, the listeners, we're reading between the lines right now.
Which is?
Something's better than that.
I knew it. I knew you would say that bullshit. And I am saying.
You said it, son.
I didn't say that.
You said it in different words.
No, I didn't say it. I did
Am
not
I right?
say it.
Am I
no,
right?
Look at you. No, you
Yes,
are not right.
Next
Joseph.
point, please proceed.
Oh, I'm talking about a planned specific thing that you do to practice skills. Is that not what I said?
Yeah.
Right. Skills. Specific.
Do some light training.
It's planned.
Hey, it's better
It's
than.
planned. No. You dog. How dare you, Joseph Worthington? No, thank you. All right. But then let's go the flip side. You're trying to get something done. You're trying to get something done because it's preseason, you're preparing. You got to ask yourself, what are you trying to work on? So
They're out there opening presents and sitting around with cardigans, son.
Well,
now's your time to get ahead. You're the Mike Tyson getting up at 4 a.m. to hit the road while they're in their warm beds sleeping.
Nah, man. Christmas Day, that you could do a workout on the morning of Christmas Day and then eat yourself into a food coma. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, totally.
If
you don't have kids.
Well, maybe not.
Days hijacked as soon as they're like, it's present.
Santa.
But yeah, no, you can totally get something in.
But I think it's because culturally we're told you should not. And it's like, well, depends.
Well, I'd not be doing anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be honest, man, even for me at my place, like, if we're just in the house together all day, you go a bit stir crazy.
Yes.
And if I get up, we do the Christmas thing, and then we make some breakfast, and then it's like, go to a family lunch. I'm just sitting down. I get pent up by the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, injecting a little bit of movement at some point in there, it helps me enjoy the day more.
Bit of activity.
Yeah.
And what I'd say with that is because you might be full of Christmas food, you might be like, I don't want to. I honestly believe that if you're trying to get something happening on a workout, you're trying to do some activity, I would lean towards muscle pump hypertrophy. That's what I would say. Not heavy, nothing that's actually going to really make you question your choices. Like something that you can enjoy.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. Like it's work for sure, but I'm having a good time here. I'm training, I'm doing buys and tries.
Yeah.
You are doing activity, which is going to move you forward in the grand scheme of things, but it's not necessarily performance pressure. It will contribute to performance, but you're not like trying to do German volume and 10 by 10 squats.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have a good time with it. I think that's the thing, that this idea of training in the holidays isn't to kill the vibe, it's to enhance.
Yes.
That's the thinking. Now, you may not have access to a gym or equipment, but maybe, like I said before, your gym is running open mats. So it's kind of like free reign. They're like, look, for a week, we're not going to do any structured classes, just open mat every day at lunch. Come in, get around it, do whatever. I think there is actually massive value in, if you've got some time up your sleeve, to be getting in whatever you need to get in at that time. It might be working on a specific technique, whatever it might be, but it doesn't have to turn into wars. If you're someone who's like, my body's a bit banged up, but I really want to do some jiu-jitsu, like...
Pick your roles carefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Because open mats get visitors, and visitors, there's a lot of visitors that come for a good time.
Good time.
And we all know it, right? You get someone, I was thinking back, I think last Christmas there was a guy that I didn't roll with, and I'm glad.
Last Christmas you tore me apart.
And I saw him, and I was like, and I had my hands full with the 3 black belts at Garage in the one on the South Coast. Can't remember, but Mario's gym, lovely gym.
Right.
Sorry, not Garage, Legacy gym down there, and Mario's gym, and there's some purple belt on the mats who looked really good, and often you see those purple, and you're like, that guy. And I had chat to him afterwards, and he's like, yeah, I'm on like the Baja like comp team.
Oh wow.
I'm in their competition like program, and I'm basically just competing at all the and I was like, I'm super stoked we didn't do it, because I'm like, I was not in the mood for that today. Yeah,
it wasn't the right time.
But yeah, like so if you are like, I'm gonna go get it in, had a few drinks last night, but it's an open mat, so I'll keep it. Yeah, make sure you know what you want out of it, and get what you want.
Stick to that. Yeah. I mean, for me, my plan is, given the free chance, because considering this will be my preseason, I'll be doing a lot of standing. I'll be trying to wrestle as much as possible. Yeah, right. I'll be pretending I'm my own ref and be like, stand up.
Yeah.
And I'll be like pulling guard and scooting. I'm like, no, stand them up. I'll be a lot of wrestling rounds.
You'd be like,
what? Leg lock me, bitch. So that's my agenda. My agenda is treating the rolls as cardio. Like it's time to get some fitness back. That's how I'll be looking at it. I'll just be taking as many rolls as I can fit into an hour. Like set a limit on it and just be like, right, bit of prep, mobilize, rounds, go, and just try and get as many rolls as I can.
Very nice.
That would be my objective. Now, if you're someone who's just coming along for the post-hangover Christmas, don't come roll with me. It's not the right combination or communication. I'm not there to faff around. I'm coming for the preseason. So it's good for you, like you're saying, Joe, to know what you're getting yourself in for.
Yeah.
Like, come with a bit of an intention.
Yeah.
And communicate it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking to bang? Nope. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Nope, I'll wait till I see that guy's really smashed from the day before. He's like, hey man, let's have a stoned roll. All right.
Yeah.
It's different. And so I believe that there is an approach for everyone to get something out of this holiday period, whatever that might be. Whether you're looking to cool it out and, still stay involved somehow, but not push the marker, or you're looking to get ready for a big year in 2025, there is an approach that you can take. And look, if you're wondering what the can I do, we have a gang of programs. We have everything you need, whether you're training at home, you're going to the gym, you just got some space to do some mobility, whatever it is, we got you covered with the Bulletproof for BJJ app. And you can take a free trial right now, 2 weeks for free. Go try it out. Get in the app store. Have a play. It's the perfect time. And here's the thing, folks. It's a money-back guarantee. If you get in there, you subscribe, you start using it, and for whatever reason, you get there a month and you're like, yeah, I don't like this, we will refund you in full. So there's no risk. Use this time. Get active so 2025 can be a great year for your jiu-jitsu. Go to bulletproofbjj.com. Get on the free trial. It'll help you out.
Boss, do it. We'll see you on the coaching group.
Yeah, we'll see you in there. Both Joey and I in there. Raylene posting some private content in there to help folks out with their technique and motivation. We've got nice little side chats there too, which is really cool. And what's been nice has been seeing other members of the group have been in there longer, helping folks when they post their questions.
Yeah,
they jump in before us, and so yeah, it's been nice to see that. And so it's like we can extend the community. I'd like that. There it is, folks. Appreciate y'all.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, y'all.